Hey everybody, this is Jason Creel and this is the Lawn Care Life. Today I am cleaning up some nastiness on my own property. I've got overgrown brush, I've got some hedges that need trim, and I'm using some of the tools that I've been given from Milwaukee Tools. Many of you are familiar with the brand, but I want to show you some of the equipment. One piece of equipment they just came out with that I'm going to get to try out for the first time. So I've got pole saw, I've got hedge trimmers, I got a blower, I got a little pruning saw. We're going to put it to work and show you what it can do. One of the good things about using the battery powered equipment on stuff like this that I don't really use a lot, I don't really use a pole saw a lot. So if you got a battery one, you don't have to worry about it sitting up and carburetor getting clogged up and things like that. So I really am impressed with the handheld equipment from a battery standpoint. So let me quit talking and show you the equipment and let's get to work. All right, first piece of equipment is the pole saw. Now this is a multi-tool, so it came with the pole saw, it came with the articulating hedge trimmers, came with a string trimmer, and also a stick edger. But I've got the pole saw in here, and I'll be honest, this is probably my favorite, the one I use the most. Second would be the hedge trimmer. I use it a lot also, and I'll demonstrate that shortly. But I've got some overgrown brush hanging over here, and so I'm gonna get to work trimming this overgrown brush hanging out in the yard. All right, the next coolest attachment is the articulating hedge trimmer. So I'm gonna take off the pole saw here, put the hedge trimmers on. I get these knockout roses that we're gonna trim up. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the knockout roses. They do look pretty when they're blooming, but they grow too fast. They get some diseases occasionally, or bugs eat them, or right now they got holes in the leaves and things like that, but they'll bloom again. But I'm just gonna cut them back and shape them up again, because they grow really fast. Maybe that's because I put too much fertilizer on them, I don't know. When I say articulating, many of you know what that means, but you just pull down on this handle and I can turn them at different angles. So if I want them straight, I want them a little bit angled, all these different angles. So I'm just gonna go with straight for right now. It locks in. And one of the things, the reason I know these are pretty good, one, I use them on lawn, but I have a lawn care friend who's always asked me to borrow my pole saw and my hedge trimmers for tall hedges. These are great. So let me shape up these knockout roses real quick. All right, I'm aware I did not use pruning shears. I'm sure there's some master gardener out there that could tell me I did it wrong and did it the wrong time of year and all that. But just trying to get these things shaped back up so they don't take over the world, and they will bloom again this year, I believe. There's also some lorpellums here. I'm gonna hit those real quick. And once upon a time I worked at a restaurant that used real dishes, and they didn't always get them real clean when they washed them, and I always made a joke that basically they were cleaner than they used to be, okay? Cleaner than they were. And that's my theory on these hedges. They may not be perfect, but they look better than they used to, at least in my opinion. The next thing I want to demonstrate is what they call Milwaukee Tools the hatchet. It is a mini pruning saw. Do you see it? You can imagine I've got some overgrown crepe myrtles here. Now, I'm not a big fan of cutting my crepe myrtles back every year. If you do that here in Alabama, we do that typically January, February, sometime like that. But I can just prune off some branches that need pruning. This thing, I think, is designed to cut branches up to 3 inches in diameter. So real handy tool. Let me show you how it works. All right, this is brand new, just opened it out of the box. This is the Milwaukee Tools smaller hedge trimmer. I showed you the big articulating hedge trimmer. If you see this one runs off the 12-volt battery just like the hatchet. First time using it, let's see how it does. I'm gonna trim some more rose bushes, see how it works. I like lightweight stuff. Of course, the batteries hold up well. I've got 2 of these batteries, so if this one dies, I can pop the other one in. believe if I had two of these, I'd feel like Edward Scissorhands. That's one of the interesting Johnny Depp characters. At least I believe it was Johnny Depp. Now, the last thing I want to demonstrate is the blower. It runs off the 18-volt battery. It's a handheld blower. This is actually what I carry on my truck with me doing weed control and fertilization, because if I spreading granular fertilizer, accidentally throw some pellets out on the driveway or in the street, I can use the blower and blow them back. Now, when I'm blowing off a big driveway or parking lot or something like that, then I'm going to use a backpack blower. But for what I do, the weed control and fertilization, the handheld blower works great. And I've had several different handheld blowers. The Milwaukee one is the best one I have used personally. Last thing we'll demonstrate is the blower. One of my dogs thinks it's cool to dig in the flower pot and leave dirt all over the porch, so I'm gonna blow it off. Which one do you think is causing the problem? I think it's the brown one. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate Milwaukee Tools providing the equipment. This is stuff I use a lot on my own property and in my business. If you got some comments about the equipment, some questions, or battery powered equipment, or just thoughts on battery powered equipment in general, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Maybe what you're using as battery and what you're not comfortable using as battery. For me, the handheld equipment, the battery powered handheld equipment has really come a long way and is great. And like I said, the run time is the advantage of the gas, obviously, because you can just keep filling up with more and more gas. But as far as performance goes, I think these hedge trimmers, pole saw, things like that are really great. And of course, these companies are continuing to improve on the products as they continue to develop those. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.